Hello and welcome. We're going to do another playthrough of 18 Lilliput. Some viewers pointed out that I had made a couple of very serious mistakes when I did my first playthrough, and so I want to make those corrections and try this again. I had made the statement that the solitaire of this game was way too easy and not a challenge, and of course it was, because I wasn't playing by the rules. And so it was suggested that if I play by the rules, it would actually be more challenging, and I agree. So the two mistakes I made was, if you recall, we start the game with these four companies. The AI Gulliver gets one, and then I get one, and then the other two are out of the game. And then what I did was Gulliver started one of those three companies, and I started the other three. The rules very clearly say in both multiplayer and solo that you can only own one other company besides the starting company. So that's a big revelation for me. I think even when I played multiplayer, it was taught to me that I could own as many as I wanted. That is a very large reason I won, because when you have the president's share, you own 50% of the company. And so when you run your train, you're collecting 5 shares times the value of the company, instead of just 1 share times the value. And so at the end of the game, I mean, I just had more shares than the AI. So with this knowledge, that will make my stock value become more human. In fact, my old score is right here on this sheet. And you can see that my stock value was 2285. And his total score was 2261. So by me breaking that rule and owning 3 companies instead of, actually I own 4 companies instead of just 2 companies, you could see that my stock value skyrocketed way above his. So if I'm restricted to only 2 companies, I should have a more reasonable stock value, and therefore my score should be closer to his. The other thing I did is when I started a new company, I was taking a train from what's called the bank pool. Remember, I was drawing a train from there at the beginning of the turn and sticking it down here, which is what you do in a multiplayer game, but you don't do that in a solitaire game. In the solitaire game, the computer, Gulliver here, he just takes the train from the top of the stack. And if I start a new company, I have to do a train buying action to buy a train from the stack, and I can't buy it from here. So that makes a big difference to the gameplay as well. I'm not sure that makes as much of a difference, to be quite honest. I really thought the AI played horribly. I still suspect the AI is going to play horribly in that regard, and I don't care how many trains it has. I still think it plays wonky. But we're going to find out. And so let's give it another try. And right now I'm getting ready to roll a die to determine which company the AI is going to get. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And I took a 3. And the AI is going to start with yellow, which is the company that, to be quite honest, I started with last time. And so this is a good company. He starts with 2 trains, which I think I used much to my advantage. So so his company is going to be there, and I'm going to give him two trains. And so he's already off to a much better start, because, to be honest, that's the company I like the most. In fact, I don't really care for these other companies as much. This one will start on a Y city, which is not a bad deal. And this one just has higher share value. I don't dislike that. This one, giving you the extra personal money, is good, because that allows me to buy shares and make money quicker. So let me get some money here. So the AI is going to have $30 to his name, and then we're going to have $30 to our name. And I'm putting the AI stuff to the right of this board. And the yellow company, I need to get its markers. So bear with me as I do that. And they're the orange looking markers, even though it's the yellow company. I know it seems weird. Okay, so one marker is going to go on the $50. One will go on its starting city, and there would normally be two more. Actually, no, it does get two more. There. And then we're starting on round one. So we get to pick which one we want. And I'm going to pick the one that starts on a Y city. I'm pretty sure that's what the ability is. I'm just going to make sure real quick. Yep, I start on a Y city with this one. So I will do that. And then red and green are out of the game. So I'm going to just take all their shares and stick it back in the box. Okay, so he gets the 50% share, and I'm giving that to him. And then we'll put the other shares to the side. And then I get the 50% share of blue. We've actually like switched roles because I think that was his starting company last time. And then we get a 2 train for us. And just grabbing some more markers. And that's going to go on our starting city. So curved city is a 1-2. Straight city is a 3-4. I rolled a 2. So he's going to start on this type of city. And I still have to pick my character. And I need to get a couple more tokens here. Here we go. All right, so we have our company with the 2, and we start with $500. So I'm just gonna move some tokens towards me. Okay, so here's $500 from my company. And I have my $30 off to the side. So now I have to pick who I want to be. So, if I remember correctly, this guy, he gets a nice $60 T-City, which is this weird looking one. So it's like a dead-end city, right? So the city's worth 60, and it's a dead end, but then there's a T here that bypasses it. And then he gets, what's his other ability? Flimnap. They got a nice chart in the rule book. Give me a second. Flimnap. Oh, you can trade him in for private money, and the amount you get is multiplied by the round number. So it counts as a yellow for track laying purposes, but you can't lay it until the brown phase. That's what this is. Normally, I originally thought this was a crappy city, but in the brown phase, you're not laying that many more track by the time you get to brown phase because you're so busy upgrading and the rounds are running out. This one actually has more value than I thought, so I'm going to set him aside. This is 50% discount on laying tokens, and then you get this little cannon tile. The cannon tile looks like this, where it pays gangbusters in the beginning, but it gets progressively worse as the game goes on. It's really good for getting a good jump start in the game. This one, you get the whistle stops. Normally you don't get, I mean, these are whistle stops that don't count towards your city limit. And then he gets $5 in a private treasury or $20 in his company's treasury at the start of every round. Okay, that's not something to sneeze at. And then, of course, this guy gets the free Y cities. And there's a part of me that's not going to do it. I did not like... I mean, this city paid well, because it paid $50 if you have the token there. But if you'll notice, it's not... You can't go through it. So when I started owning multiple companies, this actually became a hindrance to me. So I'm actually going to do... and then, of course, you have the Admiral that has these 2 dead ends that pays out 20 bucks each, and then every train purchase is 10% off. Not bad, but I'm gonna go with the whistle stops and Balmuth here because I either get $5 for me or $20 for my company at the start of each round. And maybe that's not a big deal. In the beginning of the game, I think it will be. And I think the $20 for the company is actually going to help the company to stay viable and make money for me longer. So I'm going to go ahead and just put some stuff away here. And we'll give it a try. These are nice because they just give us a nice extra revenue. And I'm going to just set this card off to the side. And off we go. I really think the guy I used last time with the Y cities is not a bad choice. But anyways, the AI goes first with putting his tile on. So this orientation for 1, 2, and the other way for 3, 4. Okay, so we're going to do this one, and we're just going to come out the right. And then I'm going to come here and I think I'm going to try to meet up with him. Am I? I'm going to do this. Okay. Okay, so just refreshing myself here. I'm going to choose 2 action cards and perform one of the 2 possible actions of each card. Then when it's a Gulliver's turn, he's going to lay track based on specific business building rules, where he's going to upgrade yellow cities or build a yellow city, etc. He's only going to upgrade tiles that he has station tokens on. New track segment should point to Mildendo. If Gulliver has several choices to place a yellow city tile, he chooses whichever is near. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this game. All right, so we started with 1, 2 train. They started with 2, 2 trains. I really think that's a big deal. Starting with 2, 2 trains is quite powerful. In fact, I'm not sure how well balanced these things are. I think that's already a huge setback for us. So we get to do 2 actions. I don't need to lay tokens. I could buy a train. I'm not considering it at the moment. I am for sure going to lay track. So let's do this one. And then I think I'm going to just lay 2 sets of track. And there's going to be 2 yellow tiles since we haven't unlocked green tile yet. And so you may already notice that I'm going to put this in, which is going to give me some extra revenue. And then I'm going to put this in for my other one. So I got myself a nice... Do I need to do that? I only have 1, 2 train. This would be nice if I had 2, 2 trains. I'm thinking. Well, at the start of the round, I'm going to give myself $5 in personal money. So that's the first thing we're going to do. The problem is if I want to buy a train, then I can't lay another track. So if I had a second 2 train, that's not going to do me any good. So for this opening round, I mean, if I started the game with 2, 2 trains, it would be perfect. This is 1, 2, and this is 1, 2. But right now, I'm looking at a situation where... I just don't know if I want to cut myself off, because now until green track gets unlocked, This is all I have. That's what I'm debating. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to pay $50 in company money. For that. There we go. That's what I'm doing. All right, so that's my 2 track lays, and that's my turn. So now we get to his turn. So he's going to lay 1 track tile following these rules. He either upgrades a green, upgrades a yellow. He's going to build a yellow city. He can't. So he's going to build a yellow plain track tile. So 1, 2 for a straight, 3, 4 for a curve. So he's getting a curve. And then he's either going, this is a 1, 2 orientation. The 3, 4 will be the other way. He rolled a 3, so he's going the other way. So I'm not going to be able to link up with him very easily anyways. Okay, so he does that, and then he does an additional track tile laying rules. Okay, never mind. He's going to lay a station marker in each yellow city he just built. He didn't build one. If a city with a station marker has a track segment leading to nowhere, a plain track tile is laid. He doesn't have that. Okay, so now he's going to, if he can afford it, he's going to buy a new 10% share per round. He cannot afford it. And now he's going to buy a train. So he is going to buy this 2 train here. So he now has 3 of them for his operating round. So this is just all part of his turn. Okay, so now we're going to run our trains. So just like the tradition from before, I'm going to run him first. He has 3 2 trains, and he can only do $50. And then I think we agreed that he can do a 1-ended train. Let me make sure. No, a route must include 2 or more revenue locations. So he can only use 1 of his trains. So he's going to do a $50 run. He has 50% shares. So he's going to do 25, 25. So 25 goes to him. 25 would go to the company, but it doesn't, or I'm sorry, the company doesn't get paid in this game. My apologies, I'm thinking the wrong game. So he gets 25 bucks. And that's it for him. So now it goes to us, and we have just 1 2 train. So we're going to run for 60. I can't include this because I don't think I can go through a city to collect the whistle stop. It doesn't say. It just says I have to connect a station marker of one of my companies. Let me look at the character bonus. You know, I don't see anything in the rules, and I apologize if I'm getting another rule wrong. Please correct me if I am. But I think I can go 30, 60, and then count this one. So I can hit this as my 3rd location. So I'm going to do $70. So I get $35 for my payout. Okay, and so that puts me at $50, $60, $70. And then both of our companies move up on stock, and we moved around too. Okay, so now we got 4 actions again, and I have a million things I want to do. I can I can buy a train, which would get me a 2. Obviously, I can buy 2 trains, which is actually what I'm going to do. And I'm going to choose to give the company $20 per my my leader's ability. So I'm going to give the company 20 bucks. And so, yes, I am going to buy 2 trains. And so I'm going to buy a 2 train and a 3 train. The 3 train being $150. So the 2 train is $80. So that's $230. So we're going to get ourselves some nice revenue. It'd be nice to lay another station tile because since I have 3 trains, I'm not going to be able to run them all. But I also need to do more track. So I have all kinds of conundrums here, and only limited to 2 actions. So I'm going to lay the track first. So the track lay is going to be simple. I'm going to upgrade this one to green. And then I get to lay a yellow. So the yellow will be another one of these, like so. Okay. Yeah, so I'm not going to be able to run one of my trains, but that's going to be fine. Okay, so that's my 2 actions, and then for his actions, just going through the checklist so I don't get anything wrong. He gets to do an upgrade. So he would upgrade a city tile, and that's exactly what he would do in that priority. So he's going to upgrade this, and then he would get to lay an extra tile. So 1, 2 for a straight. So I rolled a 2. So he's going to lay a straight here. And then he's going to grab a 3 train from the stack. So he now has 4 trains. And this is why I think that solitaire rules aren't all that great. I mean, look at him. He's sitting on 1 city, and he keeps doing nothing with it. But I'll play it out. Let's see if this is going to be a challenge or not. I really think he doesn't play very smartly, but we'll find out. Somebody commented that he's really hard to beat, so I'll play it out. So anyways, we're going to operate our trains. He has a mountain of them, so you just pick one. He's going to get 60 bucks. That's it. So $30 for him. And would he have bought a share? He had $55. He actually can buy a share. So before his turn would have started, he would have bought a share. So 1, 2 is his share, 3, 4 is mine. He's going to buy one of mine. So he gets a blue share that he calls his own. Okay, that was for $55. And now he does his run and he makes 30 bucks. So I'm going to give that to him. And then we do our run, and we have more trains than we can do. But we can do this for 2 trains, so that's $70. And then we can do another 2 train or 3, whatever you want to call it, for 70, 80, 90. So 9 and 7 is $16 a share. So we get $80. So $80 for us. And this is our stack of money right now. And then he gets $16. So let me give him 16 because he has 1 share of our stock. So both stock move up to 60 and we moved around 3. So I'm sitting here looking at a good stack of money. And we have 100 actions we want to do. I do want to do this because I need to be able to run more trains, and I'm going to lay track. Those are the two things I'm going to do. And I am going to give my company 20 bucks per my person's ability. And the first token that we do is $40. So I'm going to use the $40 that the character ability gave me. And I'm going to put a token here on this Y city, like so. Okay, so we get to do a green and a yellow. And so it's going to go as follows. I would love to lay another Y city, but I don't want to spend $50 more of company money. I need, in order to buy the next train, I need $300, and I don't have it. So this is going to be, I need to start saving up for my company. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a regular city in for my yellow, and then for my green, I'm going to upgrade my Y, like so. Okay, so so that's our situation, and now I should get some awesome revenue. We're going to start kicking some butt. And although our company is almost out of money, so it's going to have trains that are going to rust, and it's going to be in big trouble soon. And I don't think there's anything I can do to improve its situation. So now for him, he is going to finally lay a yellow city tile, and he's going to lay a Y city tile. And so I'm going to roll a 1-2 for this location, a 3-4 for the other one, and I rolled a 1. And then a 1-2 for this orientation, a 3-4 for the other. It's a 3. So he's going to lay that, and then per the rule, a 1-2 for a straight. He rolled a 1, so he's laying this in addition to his other actions. And oh, and then he always puts a station tile on his new spot. Okay, so can he buy a share? No, he has $30, $45, $46. Not enough to buy a share. He does buy a train, so he's going to take the 4 train off the stack, and then this 2 train is going to rust. So I'm just going to throw it back in the box. Okay, so now we do our operating rounds, I believe. So we'll do him first. He has infinite trains. He has a 4, 3, and a 2, and a 2. So he's going to run for 60 and then 60. So that's 120. So he gets $60 for himself. So $60 goes to him. He will very likely be able to afford a new share next round. Now for us, we have a 3, a 2, and a 2. So magic is going to happen now. So you're going to see we're going to run for 70 for 1. We're going to run for 50 for 2. No, we can't. We can't. There's no token here. So 50, 60, 100 for 2. That's our 3 train. And then we're going to run our other 2 train, 40, 80, 90. That's $26 a share times 5. We get $130. And the AI is going to get 26. So that money goes to him. Okay, so both of our companies move up on the stock round. We're now up to $65, and we go to round 4. This game's flying already, halfway through. So we get to do 2 actions, and I'm looking at my money situation. I have 150, 200, 250, 260, 70, 80. I have 280. I don't want to start a new company yet, but I would like to buy a share. So I'm going to buy a share, and then I'm going to do the yellow and green upgrade. I'm not buying a train. So I need to back up. he took that 4 train, and that caused my 2 trains to become half value. So let me back up. So I would have run for $35 here, and then this one would have been 90 divided by 2, which is $45. So we're already getting half revenue for our 2 trains, and I'm realizing it from this chart here. And then we would have gotten 30, 50, 60, 100 for the 3 train. So that's $180 instead of $26. So 18 times 5 is 90. And so I paid myself $130, so I need to take away $40. And I'm doing that right now. So $40 is removed from me, and I need to take away $8 from the AI. 5. Yep, I'm just going to take away 10 bucks from the AI and give him $2 back. So Mr. Gulliver lost $8. Okay, so we made less money, and just to explain, these have already rusted because he bought that 4 train. So yeah, so my situation is not quite as good. I do want to buy a share. That's what I was planning on doing, and it would be $65. So 50, 65. I am going to buy a share. Am I? How many shares are there? There's 3. I'm not going to buy a share. I'm choosing to give $20 to my company per my special ability. So I'm going to do that. And I definitely need to figure out a plan because my trains are in bad shape, even though the company is doing okay. I'm going to just lay track in both cases. Yes, I'm going to lay track in both cases. So here I'm going to do a yellow plus green, and here I'm going to do a green. So let me think about this. So the green, the first green I'm going to do is this one. Like so. And I could do a green here and get connected so I can run into all kinds of stuff, but I'm not quite ready to do that yet. Because if I do that, I'm letting him get a bunch of revenue. So I have a yellow, and then I have another green I can do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just help myself. I can do another green, huh? No, I can just do 2 yellows. I could do a green here, which I did. So I'm going to do a green and then 2 yellows. That's what I'm going to do. Just do that. I don't think I want to buy a share yet. So, okay. We're going to now do his turn, and he is for sure, well, he wants to upgrade this, but he can't because there's no green Y available. And so now he is moving on to he would upgrade a green city to a brown, a yellow to green. He would build a yellow city, which he can do. Okay, so he's going to build a yellow city. Let's figure out the location. This is 1, 2. So he's going to go up there. And then we're going to do a curve or a straight. Straight is 1, 2. He rolls the straight. So we're going to put a yellow city way up here. And then he's going to put a token on that city as well. And that's his 3 token spots. He's going to try to buy a share. So he has $100. So 1, 2 is my company, 3, 4 is his. He's going to buy a share of mine for 65. So 50, 60, $70 from him. And he gets $5 and change. All right, so he has 2 of the 3 shares that he's allowed to buy before he would start a company. Obviously, he would start a company if he has the money. He doesn't have the money. And then he's taking, let's go ahead and look so you can see his situation. He doesn't have a whole lot of money left, but he did buy his share. He is taking the last 4 train, and then this 2 train is going away out of the game. And the train limit is actually 3, so this other 2 train is gone. So that's gone as well. And now we're back to us, or the operating round. So he has a 3, 4, and 4. And so you can see he can get 1 train, 2 train, 3 train, basically. So he has 60 plus 60 plus 50. That's $170. So 17 times 5. He's getting $85. So $85 to him. And then we are crippled because we have half trains, but we do have a full 3. So I'm going to do, for my full 3, 1, 2, 3 like this. And then for the half train, it'll be this. And then the other half is going to be that. So 40 plus 30 plus 40 plus 10 for the full train, that's 120. And then plus 80 divided by 2 is 40. And then this is 60 divided by 2 is 30. Actually, that's 70 divided by 2. No, I already did that one. 60 divided by 2 is 30. We got 19 a share. So 19 times 5 is $95 for us. And $19 times 2, $38 for him. So I'm giving him 40 and taking $2 back. He's definitely going to be buying another share next round. And so both companies move up to 70. We're now on round 5. Okay, so looking at our actions, I got to look at my money situation. I have 200, 300, and 35. 335 divided by 5 is $67. I'd be able to start a $65 a share company, and it would have $650 in total money, and this 5 train would be 400 of that dollars. The 5 trains would completely melt R2s, causing R2s to no longer be viable. I am taking $20 for the company. The AI is going to take the 5 train, so no matter what, it's going to melt R2s, so we're not going to have R2s. So that's not going to happen. We cannot afford the $400 train, and we're nowhere close to being able to afford the $400 train. And Yeah, we're in a pickle here. The trains are just resting really fast on us. So what 2 actions do I want to do? I can start a new company at $65. But here's the thing. That means 65 times 10. It's going to have $650 total in the company. And if I buy a train for $400, I'm only going to have $250 left for the company. And the next train, which is a 3D, is a $500 train. And I want to buy a 3D for my new company. I don't want to buy a 5 train. Although I do have a magnificent 5 train route here. So maybe I shouldn't complain about a 5 train route. The problem is it's only going to start at $65 a share, which is actually pretty crappy. 200, 300, 30. Yeah, $65 a share. I honestly don't know what I should do at this juncture. A 5 train would work for me. In fact, it would work wonderfully. Because I have quite a nice network here. And I can definitely do a 5 route. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then land here for 5. So maybe I don't necessarily need the 3D train as much as I think. I know what I'm going to do. Ooh. I'm going to wait one more round. I am going to wait one more round. Give me a second. I'm checking something in the rule book here. So this is one action, and then this is my other action. I wouldn't be able to lay or upgrade track. That's my problem. I would unlock the brown tiles, which would be wonderful, because I have wonderful brown tiles to unlock. I would only be able to afford a $65 company. I know if I waited one more round, this company will be worth way more than $65. But we're already on round 5, so I have to do it. I'm going to start a $65 company. So 65 a share times 5, I have to put in 325. So 1, 2, 3, 25. No option there. And I do have to confess, this game is definitely a lot tighter than the last one. So I'm going to do that. And this is the part that makes it tighter. Is last time I played, I started a new company and I would get the train from the bank pool without having to do this action. So now I have to do both of these actions. So my whole round is wasted. I don't get to upgrade track, things of that nature. So I would start with $650. And it's $400 for a 5 train, so I'm going to take $250 for my company. And I'm going to go ahead and, since I'm the blue boot, I'm going to go ahead and start the purple boot company and take the 50% share of that. And so let me turn this sideways so you can see my situation. By buying that 5 train, the 2's melted. So these 2 trains are out of the game, and we knew that was happening. So all I have left is a 3 train for this company. I'm gonna grab some tokens, and this one I'm going to put on my starting Y city that my other company started at. And this one goes on the board at $65 a share, which is actually less than our other companies. And then since it started with $650 and the train cost $400 to purchase, which is this one, 600 minus 650 minus 400 is 250 left. So I'm going to give 250 to the company, and then I actually have 250 with my other company. So that's my situation, and that is my full action. I don't get to upgrade any track even though I unlocked the brown tile. Now it's his turn, and he is going to upgrade to a brown because that's what he does. So the one he can upgrade is this one. So he's going to upgrade that. And he is going to roll 1, 2 for a straight. He rolled a straight, and that goes here. Okay, so then moving on, he would lay a station. Nope. Share buying. He is going to buy a share. So what share is he going to buy? 1 is his, 2 is mine, 3 is my new one. And of course I rolled a 4, 1. So he's going to buy his own share for $65. So $70. 60, 70. Well, actually, let's check real quick. 50, 60, 70. Hold on. That's 100. 150, 60, 70, 180. In order to start the cheapest company possible, he needs 250. So he doesn't have enough money to start a company. So yes, he's going to spend $50, $70 of his money, and he's going to buy a share of yellow. Where did the yellow stocks go? Oh, here they are. So he's maxed out now. He can no longer buy single shares. That's the last time. And all he's going to do now is start his own company from this point on. Okay, so I'm going to put these actions back. And now it's time to operate the trains. And he takes a 5 train because that's what he did on his action. And we are limited to only 2 trains. So he's going to lose a 3 and a 4. So now he has a 4 and a 5. Okay, so he has plenty of trains, but he has nowhere to run them. So there's 70 here, and then 30, 70, 90. So 70 plus 90 is 160 times 6. He gets $96 a share. So I just took 106, so I'm going to take $10 back. All right, so he should be able to start a new company. Well, he might not be able to. He's really darn close, but I think once he collects from my company running, he might. Unfortunately, my blue company only has a 3 train, but it can run with it. So it's going to run 40, 40, and 30, and then 2 10s. So 40 plus 40 plus 30 plus 20, it runs for 13 a share. Times 5 is $65 for us. And for the what's his name, Gulliver, it's $26 for him. So that gives him $26. Okay, and so now my purple company has a 5 train. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to do the whole gamut. So we're going to do 30 plus 30 plus 10 plus 40 plus 10 plus 40 plus 20, and we're going to get to $18 a share. So that's something. Times 5, we get $90 for us, and nothing for him. Okay, so that ends the round. Everybody pays out. So everything goes up, and we moved around 6. So now it's my turn, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to buy 2 trains, and then I'm also going to lay track. So we're going to get some brown track going. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do for my 2 trains. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give all my money. I'm pretty sure I'm going to give all my money to him. My ability, by the way, is I give $20 to the company. So 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, $500. All my money to him, and I'm going to buy a 5 train for blue. And then purple is going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he's going to buy a 3D train from the kitty. And now the 3D train causes this 3 train to melt. And then we're gonna, for $10, oh no, I can't. I was gonna buy the 3D train from him, but I can't. So that's the situation. And with our train purchases. Okay, so our situation now is we now have a permanent train with him and a permanent train with him, so we're viable. And so now we're going to upgrade to brown, and I believe I am going to get this one upgraded as such. So now we're getting in some bigger money, and that's opening the door for our computer friend, Mr. Gulliver. And Gulliver, of course, is upgrading to brown, top priority, but now I made it available so he can upgrade to green. And I hope you agree with me that that is actually, I could orient it this way, but I'm not going to. This is the way that makes more sense. And he's doing that. And then a 1, 2 for a straight. Okay. 1, 2 for this orientation. And fine, I'll roll 1, 2 for this orientation. So he would have done this, and then this would have been gone. So I'll stick with the rules. I'll be a stickler. I really think that the other way was better, but that is how the rules go. Okay, so that's his track. Can he buy shares? He can only start a company. $225, $30, and I think we said he needs $250. Well, no, 45 times 5. He can start a company for $225, and that's what he will do. $225. And this is going to start a $45 company for him. And we'll give him this black company along with this Flips Railway. The black company doesn't get any station tokens at all. So he just gets the train on his turn. So he is going to get a 3D train, and it's going to go to the new company because the new company has less trains. Okay. So the 3D does go there, and the black company gets a token, and it's going to start there, and then he's going to start at $45 a share because that's all he could afford. So he's way at the bottom. So now we're going to do operating round. For the black company, we'll start this one. He has a 3D. So 1, 2, 3. So he's going to do 60 plus 80 plus 80. And he gets $222. So 22 a share times 5. He gets $110 to the black company. And then we have a 5 and a 4 train for the other one. So all I can do is just this for 2 and then straight through here. So we're going to do 70 plus 40 plus 20. That's 13 a share. And then he has 6 shares of that. 13 times 6. He gets $78 for that. So I'm giving him 80 and taking back 2. So he has just under $200 in cash in his arsenal here. Okay. We have this rusted 3, and I paused for a little bit because I wanted to make sure it's not rusted, but it's crippled or whatever. And it rusts when the 4D comes out, which is going to be next turn. So we do get this crippled 3, and the only thing I can do with the crippled 3 is just these two, because I got to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with my 5 train, and then I can just do these two for half value. So I will start with the blue company, and so I'm going to get, this is $80, those two, so I'm going to do $40 because I have to do half. Then I get to do a full 5 train, so we're going to do 20 plus 50 plus 10 plus 40 plus 10 plus 30 plus 30, and we get $230. So 23 a share for a company that was in very bad shape. So times 5 is $115 for us. That's good money. And then it's even good money for him because he gets $46. Okay, so now we get to run our 3D company on the purple, and we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and we get to count these. Well, hold on. Do I get to count them? And if I do get to count them, do I get to double them? The rules don't say. I'm going to assume yes, because if the rules don't say, or if they do say, I don't see it anywhere. You know, we could have always withheld our money. I keep forgetting about that, but that's okay. Paying out is how you win. I don't see anything about this. It says the revenue of a company is the sum of the revenue from each train. The values of all city, metropolis, towns, Mildendo is printed on the tile. For D trains, the values of cities, metropolis, towns, Mildendo is doubled. So there it is. The towns are doubled. So yippee-ki-yay right there. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to double the bejesus out of it. So we got 100 plus 20 plus 80 plus 20 plus 60, $28 a share times 5. We got $140 coming our way. And there we go. $140 for us. Okay, so now we go to a new turn, and I'm going to choose to just give $5 to me. Let me make sure I move everything. 1, 1, 1, and we are on round 7. Okay, so it's our turn, and we're going to buy a share and lay track. I'm going to buy a share of my purple company, which is $80. So 50, 75, 80. Just get a share of that. And then we're going to upgrade something to brown. I can't do Y, but I can do that. So I'm going to upgrade that to brown, like so. And our turn is over. I can now, with him, he wants to upgrade something, and he can. There's a city up there that he would upgrade to brown, or I'm sorry, green. And my apologies, because as you notice, there's a dead end here I was supposed to do something with, and I'll take care of that right now. So 1, 2 for this orientation. I got a 3, 4, so I'm going to flip this around. And a 1, 2 for a straight. And I got a 1. So he's going to go ahead and put that on. And I'm going to go ahead and do the other one. 1, 2 for a straight. And that's another straight, like so. Okay, so we took care of his dead ends. And that's his track laying. He can't lay any more stations. He can't buy any more shares. He does buy a 4D train, which then is going to go with his 3D. And in doing so, the 4 is going to cripple, and our 3 train rusts. So that goes out of the game, and we are in the operating round. So he has a 3D and a 4D for this black company, and once again, he has nothing to run it on. So I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3 up there, and then I'm gonna do these two. So 60 plus 80 for the 2, and then plus 80 plus 80 plus 60 for the 3. It is a good run. He gets 36 a share times 5. He gets $180. And now he's going to run his other company, which has a 5 train and then a crippled 4. So his 5 train and the crippled 4 does the exact same run, but it's just going to be half. So it's going to be $18 a share. So 4, 8, 11, 15, and why am I getting 19? 4, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 4. Oh, 18. Yeah, I'm right. So $18 a share, and he has 6 shares. So he gets 108 for that. I'm going to give him 110 and take $2 back. So he does have quite a nice stack of cash. So he is doing well for himself. And now it gets to us. And we have some nice options. So we're going to run our 5 train for the blue company. And he has 2 shares of this. So 30 for 1, 40 for 2, 10, 40 for 3, 10, 50 for 4, and 20 for 5. So that's $200 a share, or $20 a share, times 5 for us. We get $100, and then he gets, he's going to get $40. He is getting some nice cash. All right, so now we're going to do our 3D, and we get 100 plus 20 plus 80 plus 20 plus 80, and that's our 3D. So that's $300. That's $30 a share times 6 for us. That's $180 for us. I think we're doing just fine ourselves. So that's our money. This is his money. So let's see how he's doing. put him up there. That's him. $5, $10, $15, $20, $25. Let's consolidate. 50, 75, 100. That's 50. And that's 100. All right. So he has $1, $2, $3, $4, $500 and change. Okay, that's his money. We have $1, $2, $3, $4, $500 and more change. But it is actually quite close. So we're gonna move this up. And the thing is he's gonna keep getting nicer trains. So I do understand that he is going to catch us in the money department here. And our shares are not quite worth as much in some respects, but let's keep going. So now it's our turn. And I'm looking at my situation, and I can at least upgrade that $20 city up there, and I probably will. But I'm going to buy a share with my first action, and with my second action, we're going to upgrade. We're going to do a green plus yellow. So here's the green, and then we can do the yellow like so. So we at least upgraded some revenue for our 5 train. I am taking $5 to my personal stash instead of giving it to the company. And I'm not going to be able to buy any more trains. I'm basically done with buying trains. So he is going to start out cashing me. So it's his turn. He can upgrade something, and per the rules, he will be upgrading that green city up there to brown, and there is one available for him. So this will become brown. And I'm just now remembering I forgot to actually buy my share. So there are no straights left. So it's either going to be this or this. And to be honest, I don't even care what the orientation is, and I don't think he does either. But this is a 1 or 2. So it'll be that way. And a share of my stock is $90. So 50, 75, 85, 90. I'm gonna pay $90 to the bank. And I now have another share of purple. Okay, so he gets to buy a train. So he's gonna take a 4D. And then it's going to replace this crippled 4. So that is going to help his revenue quite a bit for that train. And let's start with him. He's basically doubling everything with black, and he's almost doubling everything with yellow. So with black, he's going to do, this is 70, so that's 140. And then this is 80. Plus 80 plus 80 for the other 3 cities. So he gets 38 a share times 5. He's getting 190. That's good money for him. So I'm going to give him 200 and take away 10. And then for the yellow company, he's going to get 80 plus 80 plus 80. That's his doubler. And then 70 for the 5 train. That's 31 a share times 6. He's getting 186 for that. So 150, 75, 85, 86. So 186, So he's getting a nice stack of change. All right, so now it's to us. We're gonna do the blue company. And the blue company has a 5 train. So we're doing 30 plus 40 plus 10 plus 40 plus 10 plus 50 plus 30. And that's 21 a share. 21 times 5 is 105 for us. So yes, we're losing ground. And that is $42 for him. So 42 for him. Okay, so now we have our triple, our 3D one. So I'm going to get 80 plus 20 plus 80 plus 20 plus 100. So it's $30 a share. So I'm going to actually write this down because we're going to be, for the rest of the game, $21 a share for blue, and for purple, it's $30 a share. So 30 times 7 is $210 for us. So we get 210. All right, so that's it. All the companies paid out. We move up. And now we're on our doubler round. We get to do 2 actions. I'm gonna buy a share of stock, and then I'm going to take $5 in private money. So I'm actually taking $10 because I also have my player ability, and I'm going to buy a share of stock for $100. And so now I own all the shares possible of purple. Okay, so he's gonna go, and he's actually gonna get to finally lay another city because that's what his AI allows him to do. I hope you don't mind it. I'm just gonna pick a spot. It could be any of these arms, and for purposes of revenue, it's not gonna make one lick of difference. I am gonna give him a Y city because that's gonna be the better value for him. And so he will lay that. He should also lay something on it, and I hope you don't mind. I'm not going to roll the randomizer. We're just going to lay it down. And he takes a 4D train, and looking at the situation, that would replace this 5 train, which would, I guess it rusts for him. And so it's out of the game. And yes, so now he's going to get some more revenue now because he has finally another stop on his route. So I'm going to do his black company first, and starting here we're going to just go up, and then we're going to count those 2 for his second train. So yeah, because they both have 4Ds. So 60 plus 80 plus 80 plus 80. That was me doubling everything, right? So that's 300 plus 140 for the other train. So he's at 440. And then we get to multiply that by 2. So at $88 a share, he just made $440. 400, 25, 35, 40. That was quite good. That was very good. So he just made 440. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's it. Okay, so really good money for him. And then the other one's going to make the exact same thing. Even though he has better trains, there's no extra stops. So, but he does have 60% share of that one. So he's going to make 88 times 6. So he's going to make $528 for 525, 30. So there's 525, 30. So yeah, those doublers are making a difference for him. So now it gets to us, and we already know we only do 21 a share for blue. And then I'm going to multiply that times 2 because this is the final round. So we get 42 a share, and that's times 5 for us. So we get a very modest $210, and he's going to get 84. I feel like I did something wrong with his numbers. 60 plus 80. Nope, I didn't. Okay, so then we're at $30 a share for Purple Company, and that's times 2, so at $60 a share, we have 8 shares. We get $480. So this is 500 for us, and I'm going to put 20 bucks back. And let's all of our companies move up one last time. And let's tally up our scores. Okay, so we're going to have Gulliver. He's going to have cash, and he's going to have stock, and then there's us, cash, and stock. Gulliver has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 700. Just so I don't forget. I'm not good at memorizing things. As demonstrated by my ability to read a rule book and tell you what it said. How about that? Okay, 1,700, 1,800, 1,900, 75, 85, 95, 2,000, $2,040. Okay, compare that to the cash from the last time. He only had 856 last time, so that's way better. So yes, the train rules definitely helped him. So now we're going to do his stock, and he has 5 shares at $65 a share. And then he's going to add 2 shares . Well, hold on. He's got 5, 6, 7. He has 8 shares at $120. So that's $1,285, and that gives him a grand total of $33.25. A much better score than last time, and in fact, this would have beat our score from the last game. So that's actually something to sweat about. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1,440, 55. Ooh, 1,455. We're in trouble. Okay, so now we have 5 times 120 plus 8 times 110. We have 1,480. That's not going to be enough. And 1,480 plus 1,455 is 2,935. Gulliver did win. So, I think the big trick is just the fact that he gets those trains. And those doublers just, I mean, even though he had the most, pardon my French, but he had the most shitty AI ever in terms of laying down track. The fact that he gets the doublers is what got him there. And so, yeah, the AI beat me, and I am no longer declaring the AI to be too easy. I'm actually quite happy with this. The $20 at the beginning of the round for the company was a little weak. This particular company having the Y City was okay. I don't know if I would have put another Y City here because I I guess at $40 on green, it's still just as good as $40 on brown. So maybe there's nothing to cry about there. I think I still would have liked the company that started with two trains. I think they start off hotter, to be quite honest. That, to me, is the best of the 4 companies, hands down. Maybe the guy who gives us $60 extra in personal money would have been worth it. Maybe I would have been better off buying shares of blue early on, because the more shares of blue I have, the more I'm paying myself in those early rounds. So I might have made a few mistakes. But the big thing is that it beat us. And that is a well done AI. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. And I actually enjoyed this much more than the first time, largely because it was a challenge. I am frustrated because, you know, I really was only able to get a 3D as my best train. And it's largely because I just didn't have enough personal money to start a higher value company. To me, the trick to this game is this second company needs to be higher value than your first. And it wasn't. It was actually one step behind. And if this would have gotten more than $650 in its starting money, I would have had some of the nicer Gucci trains. I think that's the biggest issue. It's not worth complaining about that much, but it is an issue that I think would have made a difference in the game. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Stay awesome. I hope those of you who corrected me on the rules are much more pleased with this playthrough. And if there's any other questions, please let me know. That was quite enjoyable, and now I sort of want to try to beat this sucker. And see, this is what I enjoy about games. This feels like a puzzle. Now I want to try again. But it is very late for me, and I do need to get off and get this video uploading for you. And anyways, sorry, I'm rambling. Thanks for watching.